He looked like a mild-mannered janitor, but behind closed doors, he was doing unspeakable things to young women. He specifically targeted young, attractive females. After each kill, he'd leave a little gift in the victim's mouth. This earned him the nickname The Sculptor. Fresh from his latest kill, Carl was feeling the itch again. He drove up to his target's house. Grabbing his favorite apple, he walked right in. He moved through the place like he owned it. Opening the fridge, he selected a beer he liked. From his previous surveillance, Carl knew the girl would be in the shower right now. After finishing a quick breakfast, Carl put his plan into motion. He lay on the bed, petting her cat. He waited quietly for the girl to finish her shower. Then he could begin his favorite part.
Who the fuck are you?
Minutes later, Carl walked out of the room, satisfied. He carefully cleaned up any traces he'd left behind. He plucked a rose, then left, pleased with his work. Later, Carl showed up for dinner at his mother's request. The moment they met, she slapped him across the face, all because he hadn't answered her calls. Carl didn't react. Clearly, he was used to it. Meanwhile, police arrived at the crime scene. The victim's face was frozen in terror. She was naked, tied to the bed. The medical examiner found a chewed apple core in her mouth. Given such a brazen MO, Detective Carl knew this had to be the sculptor's work. The next day, Carl went to work as usual. On the way, he continued scouting for his next target.
You're cute.
While these girls would do, when Carl looked out the window, he spotted an even more beautiful target. Wow, you're gorgeous. Look at that smile. Watching the girl's radiant smile, Carl felt his heart skip a beat. He was certain he'd found true love, but he wasn't in a rush to make his move. He had to get to work at the police station first. Carl wasn't a cop, though. He was just a janitor at the station. Because of his position, all the officers instinctively overlooked him. He could eavesdrop on case details in plain sight. When he heard Carl pinning their hopes on a car key, Carl almost laughed out loud, because no matter how special that key was, it had long since been processed at the dump. After confirming the case was going nowhere, Carl hummed a tune as he went off to find his next target.